Number number one. I can't even read this, Kash, without like dying.
All right, and here we go. It is time for another episode of Kash's Top 5. It's going to be a fun one today. It's in the holiday spirit, kind of. Joining me today, my friend Tricia Whitaker. We have a lot in common. We're both native Hoosiers. We both have worked in Florida. She made the right decision to stay where it's warm and sunny, whereas I have moved back home. We're both in media, but one of the stark contrasts that we do not have in common, while you have a wonderful angelic voice, I sound like a llama's being interfered with. So
that's not true.
Cannot carry a tune at all. Tricia, how you doing, dear?
Wonderful. How are you? It's so good to see you.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's been such a weird year. I know people have kind of said that, this pandemic, and it's been topsy-turvy for almost 2 years now, but something about the holidays, you've been spending some time at home and with the folks in Bloomington back in, the Hoosier State. And we've got some time off, winter break, holiday break. So we're just kind of in the festive spirit. So today we're going to be ranking our top 5 favorite Christmas songs. But before we get to all the niceness and the sentimental portion of the show, you have a top 5 for me, which is a first for the show. I appreciate this immensely. We're going to celebrate the D-bags, the Grinches, the Scrooges, the total worthless guys online. Top 5 mean tweets. Is that what we're doing?
We'll do it. Yeah, we're stealing a page out of Jimmy Kimmel's book here. Yeah, there's a lot of Grinches and Scrooges in the world, let me tell you, but they are hilarious if you don't take them seriously.
Well, we should preface this with, I did a previous episode with a mutual friend of ours, Taylor Tannenbaum, where we ranked the worst dudes online. And being a female, being a particularly attractive female in the sports world, lends itself, unfortunately, to a lot of loser dudes commenting and messaging and saying things that they really shouldn't say, get them slapped in real life. So I can only imagine what Pandora's box we're about to open. So
it's a good one. It's a good one.
Okay, let's hear some mean tweets to at Tricia Whitaker.
Okay, so first of all, let me just preface this by saying none of this upsets me. I don't need anybody's pity here. This is for humor purposes only, okay? So these guys are just jerks who have nothing else to do, and you have to laugh at it because it's so pathetic. You can't even fathom like how pathetic some of these comments are. Okay, so number one. I can't even read this, Kash, without like dying. Okay, this one is, I was anchoring a show. I guess the man didn't like my dress or something. I have no idea. Saw you in today's broadcast. That dress almost rips around your hips. Pretty and slender girls can fit those tight tights. Girls that fit those look like slender violins. Well, you look like a combination of a viola, a cello, a floor bass, and maracas.
Oh my God. Now, okay. First of all, I like that he starts with a violin and viola, because a viola is actually smaller than a violin, but
not educated in music.
Clearly,
department.
Yeah, not a very.
If you're gonna insult me, please come at me with like an educated idea of the various stringed instruments that you would like to compare me to.
Yeah. Does this guy have his like name attached to this profile? Is it an egg for a profile picture?
It's like an egg. There's nobody there.
Okay.
He does have a name there, but I have no idea who he is, nor do I care.
Yeah. Well, I like to think that, I don't know. I don't understand. I try to think of the thought process as to why. What's the motivation
Don't know.
to doing this?
Don't know.
Because I don't think I mentioned it. You're a sideline reporter and TV host for the Tampa Bay Rays in Major League Baseball. So are these are these Yankee fans? I mean,
no. This was from 2018 when I was in Indianapolis at Fox.
Oh, you're still here. Oh, wow.
So I was anchoring the sports cast. And this came through right after the sportscast was over at like 11:45. And for my close friends, I do this creeper montage every week of creeps and jerks and weirdos because it's hilarious. And this was one of them. It's in the
Okay.
album.
Let's we got to hear another one. Let's hear
Move on. Okay.
Yeah.
I posted something about football. It was something, I don't remember what it was about, but that's kind of my job. This guy comments. That's cute, sweetheart. At least you tried. Now get your behind in the kitchen and get me a beer. You know,
Okay.
you can do both as a woman. You can retrieve a beer, drink a beer, and talk about sports and be talented in the kitchen all at the same time. It's a wild concept, I know, to some people, but it is possible. And I happen to love beer. I make really good food. I'm really good at baking, and I like sports. And I know a thing or two about sports. So yes, JD I Night 78. I will get you a beer, and then I'll throw a spiral.
Everybody just go flood him with hate messages asking to go have him go to the kitchen. Now, every single time I hear something about these guys, I picture a guy either just so sloppy and lazy in a recliner in front of a TV, or just this loser in his mom's basement. Like, I know that's the cliche, but I think that has to be the case.
I mean, you can't picture a normal dude sending these tweets, right? Or like a nice person, like a person who's successful in their career. I don't know.
Now, could it be somebody else that was up for your job that you got, and now they've created a fake profile
like a
to
burner
send
account?
you? It's a burner.
Oh, the plot thickens.
Mhm.
It could be. I never
Possibly.
thought of that, but now I'm going to spend the rest of the day overthinking who it could be. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh,
okay, here's number 3. This was another one that was about football. It would be like a man commenting on what it's like during a woman's menstrual cycle. No woman would stand for it. Hypocrisy. Yes, because there's not male doctors. Like, what?
Yeah.
So stupid for so many reasons.
Well, and the fact that he's able to send that tweet means you can voice opinions on whatever you want, which means you can talk about whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, dude.
I know. And it's just like, again, if you're going to come at me with like an educational statement, right? Men do know a thing or two about women's health. In fact, many men go to school just to learn about female health or male health, any health, right? And it's just like, what? Like,
Or
I don't even understand that.
Any guy who's been in a long-term relationship with a woman has picked up through the years what's going on, and whatever.
Let's see, how were you born, bud? Let's think about it. Like, are you joking right now? It's not like, and it's also just like, really, you don't think a woman is smart enough to figure out like a route in football, or like what a curveball looks like, or what a fast, like, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. What's the next one? Oh, this one was pretty mean. This guy, Dennis Dirt, inappropriate last name.
Fitting.
I'm not going to read the whole last name.
Gotcha.
Responded to something, and he said, she's a blonde, factual, Christian, also factual, reporter, factual. There's no brain in there, not factual. But thank you so much, Dennis.
So should we take a crack at ranking what 3? There's the blonde, there's the Christian, then there's a reporter. Where did he think the brain leaves? Because if you were just a blonde, if you were just a Christian, or just a reporter, but the fact that it's the 3.
It's the trio of the 3 that make my brain just kind of, disintegrate into thin air.
Well, and is he sending this out to all of the sports reporters and news anchors over America that happen to be blonde, Christian, and reporting?
Yeah, right. There's a lot of us. There's a lot of different types of people everywhere.
Yeah.
All parts of life, and everyone has a brain. So
Well, these guys, you can
We are
make the
here,
case
Dennis.
don't have a brain. You can make the case these guys are idiots.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone except for them.
Yeah. Oh, well, I can't wait for what number one is. The fact that you have like a file, like in Bruce Almighty when he opens the filing cabinet.
I went backwards. I already read my number one. The viola was my number one. I so went backwards.
Well, they've all been pretty terrible. That one was
they are all pretty terrible. This one was actually pretty terrible. Actually, this could be number one if we really wanted to do this right. It was short and sweet, but it was quite the burn. I posted a picture, I think, of me like getting ready for a Pacers game, and I was on the sideline in my dress and my heels or whatever. And he said, brown baguette, butter face.
Oh my God, man.
Which essentially means he thinks that you, like, you know, have a nice athletic body or whatever, but your face is really ugly. So he was telling me to put a brown bag over my face.
So what we need to do is have the guy who does not care for the viola body.
Yeah.
And the guy who but likes your face, and then the other guy, and just find them so that you can add up to one whole person.
Yeah, all I ask for is a man who likes both, you know. So if they could like my face along with everything, that would be great. That would really work for me.
Oh my God. So I do have a theory. I'm not going to defend these guys at all, but I'm curious about the psychology behind it. Do you think that they've been so wronged by being a nice guy that they think, oh, the only way she'll notice me? Because if I say, oh, if he's the stunning guy, like he comments beautiful or gorgeous or stunning or whatever under every post, you ignore that. But if you're like, you got to brown bag that one, like, oh, she'll finally notice me now, because I'm acting out.
I don't really like to call much attention to the fact that like I'm a woman in sports. Like, duh, I am, but like I don't really talk about it. Like I hate this problem. I don't really like the whole like women in sports days or whatever. I think it's something to be celebrated, but I don't really want to talk about it that much. So like when a guy comments on my picture and he's like, oh, you look beautiful, that's fine. Like, I think that's great. Thank you so much. Like, that's really sweet. But when you say things like that, it's like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, who taught you that those things were okay to say behind a computer or behind a phone, you know? So it's like, yeah, you can talk about how like you think I look pretty that day or whatever. But when you like take it to the next level, it's like, all right, like, come on, bro, like get a life.
Let's start a movement. Let's start an online movement of people creating burners to be positive. Like a total fake account, like Joe 1234567. Hey, you look really nice today, and I really enjoyed what you said about the Rays pitching. Like, I agree.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that would literally be the best compliment in the world if you combined both. Like, I really liked your story that you did today, and you look great. Like, yeah, everybody likes to be told they look great in a day. Like, that's a great thing to say.
Yeah. Well, I can't thank you enough for sharing that weirdness with us. It really has me in the Christmas spirit now. I'm very sorry you have to deal with that.
Oh my gosh.
I know not everybody can be as thick-skinned and let it roll off their back like you. Obviously, you have fun with it, but it sucks that there are people in your position across the world, but especially in your field in America, that have to deal with that. That sucks.
There are two options. You either have fun with it, or you sit in the corner and cry at every mean comment.
And just hit the block button every day.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Holiday time. It's festive. On that note, let's rank our top 5 favorite Christmas songs of all time. As I said before, you are a bit of a songbird, so I'm curious to know if there's mostly traditional picks or if there's a little newbie action going on. So we'll go ahead and kick it off. Tricia, number 5, your 5th favorite Christmas song. Let's go in the right order.
Okay, so yes, we're going in the right order this time. My 5th favorite Christmas song is I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas. Okay. Because growing up, I always wanted it to snow on Christmas. I still do. I still want it to snow on Christmas every single year. I love snow. I'm a weirdo. I love snow. Like if it's gonna be cold, it might as well snow a little bit and cover up the dead of winter. I don't like blizzards and ice, but like snow, I like it. So I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Like that, just right there brings me back to my childhood.
Yeah, man, that's an old standard. Was that, I think Dean Martin or one of those old guys had a version that was, I feel like there's always the old cassettes.
Or the Dean Martin, yes, that's the best one. It's the best one.
Dreaming of a White Christmas. I am a bit of a Scrooge when it comes to snow. I like when it snows on Christmas and maybe the week leading up to it. But December 26th, I want all snow and all ice to be gone. I don't care for it. There was, I don't remember, there was a stretch there. I think I was in maybe high school because I was obviously gone after high school, but there was a stretch there where it didn't snow. It was actually kind of mild up through January, and then snowstorms came. I'm like, it's too late, bro. No, I want it for Christmas.
Not
all right. Well, I love that pick. That's a really good pick. Dreaming of a White Christmas. My number 5 for you is I've got some cheating going on. I hope that's okay.
What?
Well, there's a little bit of wiggle room. I'll let you decide. But my number 5 is the Nutcracker Suite by Tchaikovsky.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And because there's lots of little melodies mixed in. That's why I don't know if it's cheating, if it's the same song or not. But I wrote them
cheating.
I wrote them down to see if I could get them right because I'm so bad at music. That one, and then there's the Sugar Plum Fairy one, and then I don't know. Oh, it's Home Alone 2 when he gets lost in the airport and he's running.
Oh, that's such a good scene.
So Nutcracker Suite, I'll kind of cheat. That whole stretch there, about 20 minutes worth, is really good.
But I like that pick because it is like that whole what do they call it? That whole like score of that song is just like so good. It's so good.
And as a non-singer, it's an instrumental, so there's
you don't have to sing it. You just got out of singing it. That's what you did.
There's no lyrics.
That is what you did there.
All right, number 4. What you got?
Number 4. Have you ever heard the song Mary, Did You Know?
Yes.
That's number 4. I love that song.
That's a deeper cut.
It's a deep song because for me, Christmas, growing up going to church and all that stuff, one of the most fascinating stories to me in the Bible is Mary. And the song basically chronicles this girl who was super, super young and then gives birth to Jesus, right? And so it's chronicling like her emotions through it and everything. It's like, did you know, whether, regardless of what you believe, I know we have a lot of people believe different things, but for me, that's what I believe. And so it's like, they're like, Mary, did you know that you birthed the savior and the king of the world? Like, it's so, so good. And when I was like in elementary school, or maybe it was middle school, I sang that song at church with my brother. And my brother played the guitar. So
that's pretty cool.
It's kind of sentimental to me too.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like an imposter when it comes to some Christmas tunes because I know all the fan favorites, the big hits, but like the deeper cuts like that one, I don't know the original version if there is a popular original version, but I know the Carrie Underwood version of it.
Of Mary, Did You Know? Yeah.
Yeah. Working in country radio for a decade. Those were the versions like, oh yeah, I remember when Rascal Flatts did that one. And I know that the Brooks and Dunn version. So Mary, Did You Know? And Do You Hear What I Hear are the two Carrie ones. Both
so good.
Really good.
So good.
All right. So my number 4 for you is kind of a childhood pick. I remember it like, Disney sing along and Mickey Mouse Christmas and all this stuff. But number 4 for me is Winter Wonderland. I like all the versions. Obviously, Michael Bublé has, I don't know, like 13 different Christmas albums, and Brett Eldredge has some, but it's also one where I can kind of fake like I can sing when it comes
do it. You gotta do it.
Like, because I'll just get low, like I'm with like later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire. It just sets the mood, right? Like you got some hot
Why
cocoa
did
and
you say you're a bad singer? You're not. That was good.
it's a fake song. If I had to actually sing, it would be bad. You can
You
you
just
can
did.
sound
You didn't fake sing. How are you gonna fake sing a song?
we'll see if I can practice it. I'll fake sing another one.
Okay, deal. You can fake sing another one.
Number 3. What you
Number
got?
3. This one, I honestly don't know that anybody else would choose this one. Little Drummer Boy.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What? Okay, so the Bob Seger version or like the 60s?
The one that I like is actually, this is so like random. The one that I like is done by the Glee cast.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know, but it's so, so good. And I love it because it's another one of those stories from the Christmas Story that nobody ever hears the perspective of the drummer boy, right? Or like whatever. I love that stuff. I'm like that. I'm a kind of like a history geek a little bit or whatever. And so to me, like, I think that song is so cool. Like, it's like, they told me, ba-rum-ba-bum-bum, a newborn king to see, ba-rum-ba-bum-bum. And he's like, I'm just picturing this little boy like drumming his drum and like I'm gonna go see like this baby. And like, he's like so excited and he's bringing gifts and stuff and he's like singing and it's just really good. I like it.
I know. I like that one a lot. That's one of those where if you picture a choir, like you're saying, the Glee cast, bum, like when there's a lot behind that, it kind of creates this wall of sound. Okay, I was a little surprised by it, but when you explain it out,
there you go.
Drummer Boy, that makes sense.
Hey, I'm a journalist. It's my job to just explain and justify things and make it sound interesting.
Number 3 for you is probably the most classic pick, but it makes me think of Christmas immediately. Like I feel like I'm 8 years old. I can picture the presents under the tree. I can picture just everything that goes with the holiday, but it's Burl Ives' version of Holly Jolly Christmas. Is easily could have been number 1, but my other 2 picks are really strong. But it's just like reindeer, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the claymation movie where Burl Ives is the Santa Claus, the snowman at the beginning. Have a holly. It puts me in the mood. No matter, it could be July and you hear it, you're like, okay, I don't normally like listening to Christmas music outside of the holiday season, but I can jam with that one, no problem.
Instant serotonin. That's what that song is.
100%.
I love it. I love it. Wait, do you get to sing it or are you going to sing it for us?
No.
Oh,
have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year.
Hey, that's not so bad.
Turn the mic.
You're not too bad at it. You're gonna be like my mic. All of a sudden, it's just not working.
Like, what?
Okay,
right,
number 2. This one is a total polar opposite of all of the rest of my choices. Santa Baby.
Okay, well that's not total. Like total opposite would be like Monster Mash from Halloween. So you're still in the
under the tree for me. No, but it's like totally opposite of like the sweet.
Oh, that's fair. It's very flirtatious.
Like it's very like flirty. Like, oh my gosh, Santa, bring me a yacht. I've been such a good girl. I like that song. And I did a dance to Santa. Wow, that sounds weird. I did in show choir. I was in show choir and we did a show choir dance to Santa Baby. And so I like fell in love with the song and I love it. And I just think it's such a cute song.
I like it. The original Eartha Kitt had like the big version.
Yep. That's the one that we did in choir, but like everybody else has made a version. I think Carrie Underwood probably made one too. But my favorite part of the song is when she's like, what did she say? She goes, I want a yacht and really it's not a lot. Been in it for a year, Santa baby. So hurry down the chimney tonight. And she's like trying to justify it. I know, I like it.
Oh, that's good.
What's yours?
That's what it's like to have a good voice. My number 2 is, I think you could argue it's not a Christmas song. It just has Christmas lyrics in it. But and I'm gonna get some hate for this one, but I don't care because I
Is
actually
it
really
kind of like Die Hard, where everybody argues whether or not Die Hard is a real Christmas movie? This is the
Yeah.
Die Hard of Christmas songs. Okay.
This is the Die Hard of Christmas songs, and I feel like it's on a list. Every year they do a list of the worst Christmas songs, and I feel like this one's always on there, but I don't care. Last Christmas, either Wham or Taylor Swift version are both good by me.
Wait, the one that's like Last Christmas, I
I
gave you
gave you
my
my
heart.
heart. The
Wait,
very
I like
next
that one.
day, you threw it away or gave it away, whatever. Like, I love that song.
Save me from tears. Oh no, I like that one
Yeah.
too. That's on my Spotify Christmas playlist. I support it, Kash.
I think you can argue it's not a Christmas song. There's not.
Yes, it is. There's like bells. There's like a little jingle in there. And
Yeah,
it's
no, you're right. But the message
again,
behind it is not.
yeah, no, I know. But I like it. I support it.
Okay, so we've got Dreaming of a White Christmas, Mary Did You Know, Little Drummer Boy, and Santa Baby. Number one. This is your favorite Christmas song of all time.
Favorite Christmas song of all time. And it's such a classic. And it's so like not an original pick, but I don't care because I love it so much. It is, you ready? Silent Night.
Is it really?
Yes, I love
It's so
it.
low. It's so low key. I mean, I get the
I
love.
know. Okay,
defend your pick.
so, but it's so, okay. At church, every Christmas Eve, we have candles, and everybody in the church service holds their candle. And at the end of the service, they light it, and we all sing Silent Night together.
Okay, the ritual behind
yes,
that.
but the
is
words
great.
I think are so like, I don't know. I'm a sucker, obviously, for like words, like things that make you feel, things that like transport you to that moment, right? I mean, that's like my job is to do that, so it makes sense as to why I like that. But it's like Silent Night literally transports you to the silent night of Christmas, right? It's like silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Like, it's just like, you know, it's like, you're like, oh, I can literally picture baby Jesus in the manger and Mary and Joseph, even though like when you think about the story of the nativity, it actually was like pure chaos. Like of them trying to find like somewhere to stay and like an inn, and there's like donkeys and everything. But then once like the baby Jesus is born, it's like silent. It's like everything was bright all of a sudden. I mean, and then it got kind of chaotic again. But it's like in that moment, it was like peace, right?
Yeah.
It was just a peaceful moment. And I think that's what Christmas was, what I believe is what like reminds you of it's peace, right? And I just love that song. And it has sentimental value too. So
Of course. I mean, the vibe you've described, you can't disagree with that. I'm a little surprised there's been no mention of like some heavy hitters, which I kind of like. You know, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Andy Williams is big. Jingle Bell Rock, rocking around the Christmas tree.
There's no meaning to that to me. My song that doesn't really have meaning is Santa Baby. That's my song.
Oh, there's meaning in that.
That's true. That's true. It's not deep meaning, but it's meaning. All my other ones were pretty like deep. Except for Dreaming of a White Christmas. What's yours? I want to know.
So I had Nutcracker Suite, Winter Wonderland, Holly Jolly Christmas. Last Christmas was number 2. My number 1, I hope doesn't disappoint you because there's no lyrics in this one either.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
Christmas Eve / Sarajevo Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Oh, that's so good. I can't even like argue with that.
It's kind of a cheat too, because it's 2 songs. It's Carol of the Bells and God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen kind of squished together.
It's so
like, it's just when that comes on, just it's so good.
Oh, I think you win. I think you win the number 1. I really do. That's a good one.
It's not a competition. It's
but
just
if
fun.
it were, I just like that's a really good one because that gives you all it's like a good combination of like giving you all the feels, but also getting you like so pumped up, you know? And it's just like it's pure like genius is musicianship a word? Probably not.
Yeah, no, it
Um,
is.
It's just that it's so good. It's so good. I love that choice.
And it kept me interested at holiday time when I'm this surly 14-year-old metalhead who hates the world, but
Yeah,
oh, this Christmas song is all right. It kind of rocks out. It's kind
touch
of
your heart a
metal,
little bit. There you go.
Yeah. Well,
Love it.
Tricia, thank you so much for doing this, for sharing your mean tweets with us and helping us get into the holiday spirit with our favorite Christmas songs. Normally, I would love to plug social media, but I'm afraid to send people to you now.
No.
So if you're comfortable, where can people find you? Where can they follow your work with the Rays? All
If
that good
I
stuff.
wasn't comfortable with that, I should quit my job. I'm on TV every day for 7 straight months doing baseball. So I'm just on Twitter at Tricia Whitaker and on Instagram at Tricia Whitaker. I love Instagram. Instagram is my thing. I am on Twitter because I kind of have to be. That's really it. I hate Twitter. That's
A ringing
okay.
endorsement.
Do it anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Fantastic. Well, Tricia, happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Please enjoy your time home with the fam. I love you very much. Favorite person alert. I always say that every time.
I love
Thank
you
so much.
too.
We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thanks, Kash.